The desert is a living breath before dawn, a hush older than memory. A kingdom of sand and silence where every grain is a prayer carved by winds older than the stars themselves. The night lies stretched like a black stallion across the dunes, its mane a river of constellations, its hooves beating softly against the sleeping heart of earth. Somewhere beyond the rim of shadow, a single flame of light begins to stir, and the desert waits, still patient, infinite, for that first tremor of gold. Sheikh Hamdan rides where the darkness folds into itself, where the moon whispers to the dunes, and the falcons keep their secret watch. He is a silhouette against the universe, a lone rider carrying the quiet courage of the ancestors, his breath a vow to the endless sky. O desert, O cradle of the endless wind, your heart beats in the rhythm of his stallion's stride, each hoofprint a verse of a poem that will never die. The world beyond sleeps in glass towers and restless noise. But here every heartbeat is pure, every horizon is truth, and every whisper of sand is a scripture of eternity. The stars lean closer as if to listen. They know his name. They know the story of the boy who became the poet prince, the dreamer who speaks to camels and clouds, the soul whose words are windsong and salt. He waits for the first cry of sun, the moment when the universe shivers, when darkness fractures like a fragile goblet, shards of night scattering into oceans of light. The falcons lift their wings, the wind holds its breath, and then a blade of fire cuts the horizon. The first ray is a sword of molten gold, piercing the black, splitting the silence, shattering the night's dark glass. Sheikh Hamdan's eyes catch the newborn glow. It pours across the dunes like a river of honey, like a whisper of the divine. The sand ignites with color, amber, rose, saffron, 1,000 unnamed hues, and the desert becomes a cathedral of light. He raises his face to the dawn, feeling the warmth of destiny, feeling the pulse of all who came before, the Bedouin caravans, the poets of old, the lovers who traced their promises. In the shifting lines of the dunes, every heartbeat is a verse, every breath is a prayer, and every ray of the newborn sun is a promise that nothing truly ends. The world awakens slowly. Palms unfurl their green banners. The falcons wheel higher. The camels rumble their low, ancient songs. But the prince remains still for a moment longer, his spirit wandering among the infinite, like a hawk of light. O morning, you are the flame of renewal, the endless well of beginnings. Teach us, as you teach him, that to rise is to conquer, to shine is to forgive, and to breathe is to believe. The poetry of Sheikh Hamdan's heart is not bound to page or ink. It is the gallop of hooves on silent sand, the laughter of a child chasing falcon shadows, the echo of waves against Dubai's gleaming shore. It is the courage to speak softly when the world is loud. It is the grace to ride alone beneath a sky that has no end. He remembers the voices of ancestors, those who crossed these same dunes, with only stars as their compass. He feels their strength in the rise of the morning wind, in the scent of coffee and firewood, in the soft chant of the muezzin, calling the faithful to greet the light. Each verse of the dawn is a diamond, and he gathers them in silence, stringing them into a necklace of golden hours. Every step his horse takes is a note in the music of forever. The sun climbs higher, painting the sky with colors too vast to name. Cities will soon awaken with their clamor. But here the only language is wonder. He thinks of love, not the fleeting kind that hides in shadows, but the love that is a horizon, boundless, patient, eternal. The love of a land for its people, of a people for their dream, of a soul for the one who shaped the stars. His words, when he writes them later, will carry the fragrance of this dawn, dates ripening in the sun, sea breezes from the Gulf, and the sacred silence of the desert's first breath. O Sheikh of the morning, Your journey is our journey. Your poetry is our mirror. You remind us that every night, no matter how endless, must eventually break before the courage of light. The falcons circle higher still, their wings slicing the new blue sky. They too are poems, living verses of strength and freedom. The dunes glitter like molten bronze. The air trembles with heat and promise, and somewhere in the distance, the call of the sea blends with the song of the wind, a chorus for the rider who carries the unspoken prayers of a nation. Day will come fully now. Merchants will open their doors. Children will chase each other through the narrow alleys. Dubai's towers will catch the sun and scatter it like diamonds across the water. But this moment, this sacred heartbeat between darkness and blaze, belongs to the desert prince. He lowers his gaze at last, whispers a prayer only the sand can hear, and turns his stallion toward the horizon. For there are always more miles to ride, more dreams to weave, more poems to breathe into the endless blue. And as he disappears into the rising light, the desert keeps his secret, that the first cry of sun has not only shattered the night's dark glass, but has also lit a fire in every soul that dares to witness the birth of day